Hello, everybody. Hey, Tara. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And to those watching the replay, just know that you can tap the screen for hearts and, of course, share this with a friend. Hey, Tara. Hi, Angelica. Good morning. Peta, I think I'm saying your name right. Hey, Danny. Good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to be here with you. If you're hearing a lot of noise, hello because of Zoe. Sorry. Missed that. Hey, Angel. Are you off today? First time live, well, welcome. Hello, Courtney. Hey, S. Jennings. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Susan. Hello, new follower. You are most welcome, Don. Welcome. Hey. Yes, that's awesome. Hey, Umber Bride and Groom. So I'm at the Children's Museum in downtown Tampa, and it's crazy noisy in here. And my daughter reminded me of why I have a location independent business. She was like, I want to go to the museum. And I'm like, I have to work. She's like, can't you take your work with you? I was like, great point, kid. Great point. Let's go. So we are here at the Children's Museum. Hello, welcome. So if you can hear and see me, just tap a number or add a number 1 in the chat box so that you can at least hear me and see me a little bit. I'm going to speak as loudly as I can. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome, because it's very noisy in here and everybody's crying. I don't know what's happening today, but everyone's crying. Take a pic against the beautiful wall outside. I will. I'm going to force her to take a selfie with me outside. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So welcome, everyone. And before I introduce myself, I'd love for you to go ahead and swipe right on an iPhone, up on an Android to share this with a friend. This is definitely content for anyone who's starting a business or a blog who wants to get more subscribers. I'm going to be giving you 3 lessons on how you can rapidly grow your list. Now, before I do that, I have a webinar with Tim Page from Lead Pages, and Lead Pages is one of my best tools that I use to grow my list. And they're offering a free webinar for me and my tribe, which is you guys, today at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And to sign up for it, even if you can't make it, you want the replay, you have to sign up through this link. It's bit.ly, bit.ly/grow your list webinar. So if you're not on here or on that list already, please do so. Go there to that bit.ly link and join. So it's bit.ly/grow your list webinar. And the reason why I'm telling you this now, awesome, it is amazing, it's incredible. So many things you can do with Lead Pages. And the reason why I'm telling you this now for anyone who's watching the replay, can't make it to the end or right now, is because I don't want you to miss out. If you've ever read anything from Lead Pages, everything is so detailed and to the point. And they're going to be talking about four steps you can take right now to build your list without having to do so much marketing. Now, raise your hand in the chat box or, type a number 1 in. If you feel like you're spending so much of your time marketing and you probably get like 5 subscribers a week, right? You do so much work and you don't get enough people on your list. So I'm going to be giving you 3 tips today, but Tim has killer content he's going to share with you today, so I don't want you to miss out. This is not an opportunity that's going to be available again. They don't do these webinars all the time. So it's like sometimes throughout the year they do them, and I don't want you to miss on this great content. Awesome, right? We all feel that way sometimes. Well, I'm not there anymore, but I used to be. So today I'm going to share with you 3 things you could be doing right now to grow your list and get your first 1,000 subscribers if you don't have them, and how to get more subscribers if you do. Now, before I share this content, again, I'd love for you to share. Thank you for all of those of you who shared. And I just want to let you know, if you're new to my scope, I just want to give this warning. If you are being disruptive, promoting yourself, or being annoying, I do block people. And it doesn't mean that I'm not nice or I don't love you. I just want to set that expectation so no one gets mad at me later. And also, tap the screen for hearts, because when you tap for hearts, it tells me 2 things. You love what I'm dishing, and I should keep going, right? Because this is awesome content. Thank you. All right, so the first thing you need to be doing right now to help you grow your list faster, to get your good morning. Hi, Lynn. And you should be doing right now to grow your list is whatever you do, you need to have a call to action. Now, you probably thought, she might be talking about freebies. Now, if you haven't, I'm going to talk about freebie, which is number 2, but if you haven't created a freebie, you can still be growing your list right now, but you need to have calls to action. I see this a lot with entrepreneurs or anyone, even bloggers. When they post something on the blogs, you should have calls to action. Like, for example, today I'm talking about five beauty tips, to put your face, like how to put your makeup on in the next 5 minutes, right? So if they love what you're dishing, you say, hey, do you like what I'm dishing over here? Go ahead and enter your name and email below. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that link. Enter your name and email below to get more blogs or more content like this in my email. People miss out on an opportunity because they think I need to have a freebie. You don't need to have a freebie to grow your list. I used to grow my list without a freebie. It wasn't as rapid, but it was growing. So I want to encourage you, if you post on social media right now, what we just did earlier, I gave you a call to action to go to that bit.ly link and sign up for this webinar, which is another way you can grow your list, but that's a call to action. So you can do that on your blogs. You can do it on Facebook posts, inside of groups, everywhere that you go. Another thing that you can do in terms of call to action is not just online, but you can on your business card. So if you do a lot of in-person networking, a lot of people miss this opportunity. On their business card, you can put a link to your freebie, or you can just give them a call to action. Hey, by the way, I teach this whatever this content, or I share this in my email list. I'd love for you to go to this link. Yes, exactly. Start building ASAP. Put it on your business cards. If you pass your business cards out to potential clients, or you go to networking events, or my barbershop, for example, there's a bunch of business cards at my barbershop, but they never have a call to action, especially if you're an event planner. Go to this link and learn my tips on how to plan your wedding in a week, or whatever your offer is, or whatever you're going to be teaching people. But calls to action are important. So number one is calls to action. So number two, if you're ready for number two, put 2 into the chat box and I will share with you number 2. Let me do a quick check on my baby. Okay. Okay, we're all good. All right, awesome. So we're at number 2. I have to be in this corner because it's very noisy. Thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the second thing that I want to tell you is have a good freebie. So if you are, and I've talked about this like last week, but I'll definitely share it again. A freebie is what you're giving out for free. So I want to give you some tips on what your freebie should be, because a bad freebie is just as bad as either not having one, or just you don't need one if it's going to be terrible. So your freebie should be a taste, an appetizer of what you offer. Let me repeat that. Your freebie should be an appetizer of what you offer. So you can have different freebies. Right now I have 30 freebies and they rotate. Why? Because I have different freebies leading to a different offer. And it doesn't always have to lead to an offer. It could just be like a getting to know Fabby kind of freebie. Like I give you this freebie, join my list, and I tell you about myself. But here's the thing. A lot of people do crappy freebies, and a crappy freebie does not help you build trust. The point of the freebie is not just to grow your list, but to give people a taste of what you have. Yes. And also it should be a building relationship kind of freebie, right? Because if you go on a bad date with someone, okay, would you ever go back on that date again? You might give them a chance, but most likely not. You're going to be like, ew, I would never want to go with that guy again. I remember one of my bad dates. I never, ever contacted that dude ever again. Yes. So yes, you can actually do your freebie to the actual offer. I don't know what that means. I'm just going to block you. Again, no distractions. So you definitely, exactly, you wouldn't go to the date with that guy because it was a terrible experience. So what I want to remind you is that your freebie needs to be good. So here's some things you need to think about when you're creating your freebie. And I actually talked to my Facebook ad expert. I hired someone. I'm really good at it, but I was like, it's too much work. And one of the things that we talked about is if you are going to do a video training, no more than 3 videos, and it needs to be anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes is a stretch, so do it 10 minutes. The goal of your freebie is for them to digest it within the first 15 to 20 minutes. So my suggestion is a PDF, no more than 5 pages. Keep it straight to the point and simple. And if you go to my catch.me/FabyGiordani, I give you exactly how you can sprinkle your offers and sprinkle the introduction to your offers inside your freebie. I don't remember what it's called, but if you go to catch.me/FabyGiordani, before my team, I don't know when they're going to get to that task, but before they get to it, you can go to that and yay, awesome. And you can watch that, and I share with you how to set up the freebie to sprinkle your offer where it doesn't feel like you're asking them to marry you on the first date. But what I want to say is make sure that your freebie is digestible. Make sure that, 5 pages. I see a lot of people do a lot of ebooks. While that may be good, but you're overfeeding your audience, which is my next tip on the freebie tip. So don't overfeed your audience. Give them a taste of what you do, but also remind them that you're a business. So your freebie should have some kind of inclination that, a notification in there somewhere that tells you, hey, in my program, I talk about this, and this is the reason why I included it in this freebie. Exactly. So a prime example, Uber bride and groom. So if you're doing a freebie for a bride, like 5 ways to find your perfect event planner, for example, or your wedding planner, you can give them 5 of the tips, and you can actually bring up the fact that, some of the reasons why, like tip number 5, the reason why you brought up tip number 5 is because as a common thing that you see, a common trend that you see with all of your past clients who are brides, well, obviously they're brides, but all of your past clients, for example, you've seen that they've done this tip all the time. So you want to help them avoid that. And that's a great freebie to have, because I'd like to know what I should be looking for when I'm hiring an event planner. And you might say, well, there's a bunch of information on that over the internet, but you can put your spin on it. You can give me, remember, tap the screen for hearts, tells me that I should keep going. But that's going to be a great way to remind your audience that you're the expert. So beef it up with some great expertise. Don't undervalue them. Give lots of value, but don't make it so much that they're choking. So remember, tip number 2, or for building your list rapidly, is to have a good freebie. Number 1 was call to action. Number 2 was having a good freebie. It should be easily digestible. And of course, you want to not overfeed them, and you want to get straight to the point. And if you're going to do videos, make sure it's anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, broken down, no more than 3 parts. If you do more than 3 parts, and I've seen people with 4 parts, but if your pitch is on the 4th part, it becomes a headache. So make sure you slide in your pitch anywhere. And in that scope that I did in my Catch account, I actually tells you you can actually use those tips that I given you to sprinkle it inside a video freebie as well. All right, who's ready for number 3? If you're ready for number 3, type 3 in the chat box. Y'all, it's getting loud up in here, okay? All right, awesome. Okay, so number 3 is create campaigns. So what I wanted to share with you, I'm obsessed with marketing campaigns. It's one of my things. I love marketing campaigns. Free plus fee. Exactly. Give me the free, but also give me the fee. You can sprinkle the fee in between. I love that. So create campaigns. So here's what I mean by creating a marketing campaign. You can actually use things like doing a Periscope challenge or a challenge overall. Email. If you use the right email system, you can use an email challenge as well. But it's a campaign. So this marketing campaign is not just positioned for just a challenge. So I'm going to give you an example of my marketing campaign that's coming up. You can feel free to use it because it's great information for you to apply to growing your list. So for example, what I'm going to be doing to help me grow my list outside of Facebook ads and other things that I do is I'm going to be doing my Periscopes. And I told you guys about this throughout the week that I'm going to be offering in February. And I do this all day, every day with you guys, but I'm going to be giving some specific business building content. And so my marketing campaign is going to consist of images all over social media. I'm going to share it with my list, letting people know they need to follow me on Periscope and join my list. So here's why. Part of my campaign will be that you're going to have access to Periscope here. I give the information, and then you can get a recap of 5 days worth of scopes on Saturday and Sunday emailed to you, but you have to be on my list to get it. So that's a great way. I'm just going to give you my tip. It's a great way to grow your list, right? Even if I'm doing a challenge, and I'm also going to be doing a challenge and some webinars in between. So that's an entire campaign. So my campaign consists of pre-launch, I guess you would say, would be a bunch of lovely images of me telling people to join me on Periscope, right? And then while I'm scoping, I'm going to tell them to join me on my list, or either way, whatever you want to start. Hey, join me on my list, because if you're on my list, I'm going to send you notifications of when I'm going to scope, and also when to get the replays. Do you scope about getting sponsorships from businesses? No, I do not. I know someone who does, and I don't remember her scope name. But if you tweet me at FabyGiordani, I'll connect you with her. So I want to just encourage you. That's a campaign. So within my campaign, it's going to be the pre-launch, sort of. I love launching, so I use the word launch, which is like my visual marketing campaign. And then I'm going to do my actual campaign, which is the live scoping. And then I'm also going to do some challenges in between and webinars. Yes, Kiana. Exactly. Thank you, Courtney. It's Kiana, but I didn't know her name. Oh So Bold. Okay. Oh So Bold is the name of her scope. She talks about that. Thank you. So that's an idea of a campaign, but you have to set it up. So every week in February, I have a specific name for the week and specific topics. And then in between, there'll be webinars, and there'll also be some challenges and all of that. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are helping out. I forgot her scope name. All right, so what I want to encourage you to do, which is tip number 3, is set up campaigns and build it out. So think about it this way. If I'm already doing the pre-work and I'm giving them call to action, right? Hey, join me on my list, or Periscope, whichever one you give them. And then I'm also giving them an incentive, which is my freebie. They come to my scopes live, and if they miss my scopes and they want to be able to take notes later on, I'm going to send them a recap at the end of every week with all the scopes, and they have a limited time to watch them. So that's another incentive. But also what that does for me is, let's say on Friday, even on Saturday, I can say, hey guys, I'm about to send an email to my list. If you missed all of my scopes, hop onto this particular page, enter your name and email, and you'll be able to get that. Bam. That's more new people joining my list. So that's a great way to build your list, and it doesn't have to feel boring. You don't have to say, oh my gosh, join my list and get this one freebie. You can do a lot of different things. My bonus tip, guys, and you guys know I love me some webinars and I love live videos. My bonus tip is find a way to get live in front of your audience, whether it's a webinar, a podcast, where they can hear your voice or either see your face. And if you're using things like YouTube videos, make sure you have call to action. Another thing that I'm going to share with you guys, be live. Exactly. You guys love seeing people live, right? And you love being live. Hello, welcome, Paul. So what I want to encourage you to do is use tools like lead pages or a landing page to get people to where they need to go. So when you send someone to your site, for example, I'm going to send you to FabyGiordani.com to join my list, right, at the end of this. But I'm going to tell you where to go. There's going to be a pop-up box that tells you to enter your name and email. I do use Facebook Live, and you can find me on Facebook as well. This could be used for any industry. If you're a musician, for example, can I find your email on your site? Yes. My email is hello@FabyGiordani.com. But let's just say you're a musician like Paul, right? And you can create a campaign to release one of your singles and let people know where to go. Even if the single is going to be available for free for a limited time, you can say, for a limited time, I'm releasing my new single and it's going to be on my list. Here's why you want them to be on a list, Paul, and anybody who's in the music industry, is because you want to communicate with them when your album comes out, when you have a tour, when you're going into the next town and you're going to do a free concert for them. Thank you, Shaquanda. Or something like that. Paul, no pimping in the scope. I love you, boo, but no pimping of our services and our websites in the scope. But what I want to say is you can use those type of campaigns. You can create a campaign for that to grow your list. Having a list, okay, Paul, I love you, but I'm going to have to block you. But having a list is very important. So whether you're in music, whether you're a blogger, whether you're a business owner, you should have a list. Y'all know I don't play. This is the year of I don't play. We don't have time for distractions. If you have a website, do you still use a landing page to collect their info? I would love for you to have a pop-up box, baby, Mart Drive. Yes, it's unavoidable. So here's the thing. I have clients who are online entrepreneurs. Majority of my clients are online business owners, but I also have clients who own brick and mortar businesses, and they come to me to help them do the online piece of their business. And they don't have lists, and that's what I help them focus on. I had a client with a shipping company. Her list grew by like wildfire, and her sales went up because she was able to communicate with people via email. Another thing that I'm going to be testing out is mobile marketing. Once I figure that out for y'all, I will do a scope on it. But I want to encourage you to focus on building your list. All right? So any questions, concerns, outbursts? If not, I'm going to hop off. And of course, you can always share this with a friend. Exactly. Sasha was talking about it, and I was like, I need to check this out. But you're most welcome. So again, number one, calls to action, guys. I see this a lot where we tell people to tweet something and we don't say share this with a friend or share this or anything. We need to encourage people to share, and people will do it if you ask. If you're not asking, if you're not asking, they're not going to do it. All right.